that little mall that's on 26th Street used to be a Side. It wasn't a mini mall like it is now. I have fond memories there. Side. Do those even exist anymore? Let's get into this video. What's up, guys? My name is JC. I am Raw and Strong. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss nothing. If you're part of my crew, mi familia, mi pandilla, mi raza, súbanse a la suburban. Let's get the show on the road. Hey, what's up, guys? You know, I made a list about my police contact and I haven't been able to finish it yet. But I did remember the very first time I had police contact. And I was 9 years old. God, that was a long time ago. So as you guys know, I've told it before, I grew up on Cristiana. Armando's grocery store was right on the corner. I had a friend that lived next to me. His name was Chino. He was a little bit older than me. I shouldn't say a little bit. He was a lot older than me. And he was a Pee Wee Land king. I used to love to hang around with him because he was always in some shit. So that was my boy. You know, so like I said in the beginning, there used to be a Side right there, right across the street from Milagro. It wasn't a mini mall like it is now, or whatever those are called, swap meets. That's another video I want to do about all the swap meets in Chicago that are not there no more. The one in Cicero, right by the drive-in, then the other one on Cicero and Roosevelt. All those swap meets are closed now. That used to be like the thing to do on the weekends, you know? But I'm taking it back in the day, you know? So, he's like, yo, you want to go to Side? And I was like, for what? He's like, I'm going to go pick up something. So I was like, all right, cool. So we go there, and, you know, I never really had toys as a kid. My dad thought it was a waste of money. Just really didn't buy me shit. So we go there and I start looking at all the G.I. Joes and, you know, the Star Wars figures, and I was like, and I look at Chino, and he's opening up the boxes and putting them in his pockets, and I'm like, shit. He's like, but wait, you can't do it in this aisle. You have to do it in this aisle. There's no cameras. So I get happy, so I start, you know, putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in my pocket. I wanted the whole collection of G.I. Joe. And Snake Eyes. I wanted the Joe. You know, I wanted all of them. I forgot the one with the dog was called, but I wanted all of them. And I started putting them in my pockets, and I'm confident. I'm like, shit, he knows his shit. You know, I always had some of the worst fucking teachers. You know, worst fucking teachers. And we go to front and we start playing video games instead of fucking walking out. You know, we go and play video games, and we're playing video games, and these two big guys walk up behind us and show us their badges. And I was like, oh shit. And they were like, you know, follow us to the back. They took us to this room in the back, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm fucking 9, 10 years old. That fucking room looked pretty fucking scary. They had the, you know, those cheap camera that they had back in the day, and everything's in black and white, and it looked like some Secret Service shit. They sit me down, and they're calling the cops. I fucking started crying, cause I'm thinking I'm gonna do like life in prison, you know? Chino's like nothing. He's chilling like a fucking villain. And I'm like, fuck, man. He must have been 16. I must have been like 9 or 10 years old. Well, they asked me for my dad's phone number. My dad, you know, they call my dad. My dad shows up. Right as he's showing up, the police officer shows up. These motherfuckers put on a whole show to fucking scare the shit out of me. You know what I mean? Like, the cop put the cuffs on me. I'm fucking crying like a fucking maniac. I'm thinking I'm going to prison for fucking life. I'm getting a life sentence for fucking 5 G.I. Joes. Chino's just like nothing. I'm looking at this motherfucker and I'm like, what the fuck? Have you been through this before or what? And he didn't have, like, no contacts for his parents or nothing. Like, so they didn't call nobody for him. So they're putting the cuffs on him. He's just like nothing, just sitting down. I'm fucking like bawling. I'm crying. I'm like, what the fuck? My dad's looking at me like, I'm gonna beat your ass. The cop tells my dad that he could take us if he signs, you know, some fucking paper. I don't know what the fuck he signed, but my dad signs, right? And he signs for Chino too. So that motherfucker didn't even fucking really technically get caught. So my dad takes me home, and I'll never forget that day. Soon as we walked in, he had already punched me in the back of the head, right? I walked into the living room and I was like, oh shit. He pulled out that fucking, you know, Mexican belts are very, very different to American belts. Yes, Mexican belts are extra thick. And when he slid it out of his pants, oh, I already knew what fucking time it was. That motherfucker. And then, you know, it's funny because, you know, as a kid, you put your hands up and your parents was like, quita las manos, o te voy a pegar más. And you're like, no, no, no. And he hits you and you put in your hands and it still hurts because it's fucking hitting your hands. But your parents will tell you to take the hands off. Man, he beat me non-stop for at least 30 minutes. Honestly, as he was beating me and after the beating, I think I would have preferred to get arrested and done life because I could not fucking sit for like 2 weeks after that. That was my first police encounter. You would figure that I would like get shit right after that. No, I didn't. And I started hanging out with Chino more and he fucking hated it. He hated it with a passion. See, this is the thing with my dad. Even though he was really never a dad, he always gave good advice that he didn't follow. You know what I mean? Like, always gave advice but didn't follow his own shit. His thing was like AA, the gym, and talking to girls all the time. But it is what it is. You know, that was my first police contact. I was so young. And this is what I mean about like me being finally off of like federal probation. I've been literally on paper, state and federal, you know, since I've been 14 years old. 14 years old. That's one of a big accomplishments. I can't talk. What's up? It's one of my bigger accomplishments that I've accomplished to actually walk that straight, narrow, you know, press the walk button. And when it says walk, walk. Don't walk, don't walk. That's what I mean. I promised myself that I was gonna change my life this time around because I'm not gonna lie. When I got sent to Victorville, that shit scared me. Imagine fucking doing 20, 30 years like that where you're constantly stabbing motherfuckers and getting stabbed? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'd rather just be a square out here. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I share my videos. This is why I tell you guys, it's never too late to change. It's never too late to actually do what's right. Remember, if you wake up today in the morning, you still have another chance to do it right. Unless as soon as you wake up, they break the door and they come in and get you. Then you're fucked. But you still have a chance. My criminal career started at a very young age. And I'll get into a little bit more of that as I go. But, you know, in Mexico and all these places that I was at and sent to as a kid, I started always hanging out with the wrong crowd. And there's a saying in Mexico, they say, dime con quién te juntas y te diré quién eres. And that means, tell me who you hang around with and I'll tell you who you are. And that is so true. You have to be very, 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 very diligent about who you have around you, who you hang around with, and what you learn from who. But you know me, I don't know shit. I just share my stories. Hopefully I help a kid change his life. Hopefully I get you to smile or laugh or just bring a memory to you and be like, fuck, we made it. Me and JC made it. And I'm talking to you that you were arrested for the same thing. My name's JC. I am Wrong and Strong. Hey, don't judge nobody. Give somebody a hug. Live savage. And remember, you only have one life to live. But if you live it right, one life is all you need, homie. Stay sober, stay out, stay doing what's right. All right, guys.